Hey guys, PeeCarNoo here, bringing you guys on a GTA 5 video. And in today's video, I thought I'd explain a few things, right? I'm going to explain a few things about this car because there's a lot of talk on this car, and you know, people have seen my testing and people have seen Broughy's testing. A lot more people have seen Broughy's testing for obvious reasons. But I just want to make this video because I feel like everyone or most people, and it's literally a 60-40 split that I can see so far. It could be as well as a 50-50 split, but the X80 has split a lot of opinions around the around cars in GTA 5 and around the supercar class. What I want to say is going to give you my honest opinion on this car, because I don't want people just forking out 3 million. You know, I couldn't even, to be fair, I could be one of those guys that just say this is the best car in the game because it looks like an alien that's come out of space, and you know, it's put a lap time on Broughy's track to be the fastest car within a track, and it's a go-to car to buy. You know, we've done that in the past with any other car. You know, why shouldn't we do it with this car? The reason being is because this car here, with upgrades, costs over £3 million, right? With upgrades. And on Broughy's track, it was only 6/10 quicker than the T20, which costs, well, now it's 2 million. With a bit of upgrades, you're looking around 2.4, 2.3, 2.4. So it's over £1 million cheaper, right? Cheaper to actually race and fully upgrade and whatnot. And it pretty much puts the same lap times in city tracks, yeah, on that particular track. But in most cases, like Sandy Shore tracks, like you've seen my video, if you haven't already, go check it out. I'll leave a link on screen now. It's actually faster. The T20 and the FMJ and the Osiris are quicker cars on fast flowing corners. And the reason for that is because this car here can understeer to an extent where it completely goes, and then when you try and correct it, the car just oversteers. And the reason being is because this car is so light. Like, I get tapped here, and there's just nothing I can do. There's no way I can brake. The car just propels forward, and that's about it. And I'm going to make it simple, guys. I'm going to make it simple, right? Pick one supercar for you guys to have. Pick one supercar. If you could have any supercar in this game to race on any track, what would you buy? I guarantee you, most of you would not say the X80. I bet you 80-90% of you guys would say the Zentorno, the Turismo, the T20, the Osiris. I reckon that's what you would say. I can imagine if this car was the only car, you know, for every single track in the game, you wouldn't enjoy it. It wouldn't be the best experience. It wouldn't, you know, create the best moments. You know, try racing this car in Vinewood. Yeah, with the narrow roads already, which for a Panto, it's quite hard to have a battle in there. You can't have a race with this car on roads like that. So in many respects, it's already, you know, cutting a line through a certain section of the map for racing. Another thing, if you hit a barrier with this car, you go over it. You know, the car goes on two wheels and you start flipping. So it's so light, it's so prone to go on two wheels, as you can see there. That was a solid wall and it just went on two wheels straight away. And I just don't bond with this car. You know, for $3 million, it's not even the quickest car on most of the circuits. You know, you're probably thinking, well, you need to get used to it and you need to do this. But the T20, the Osiris, broke records on pretty much every single track on the first day, right? On the first day, people are saying from the testing that, you know, that I did, for example, yesterday, you're saying, well, you only played this car once on that track. Well, I only played the FMJ once on that track, and I only played the T20 once in the last 6 months on that track. So all those three cars were played just right after each other, you know, for the first time in God knows how long. And it still put the slowest lap time in. The X80 was not good in those turns, because on tracks like, you know, Broughy's track, which fair enough, it's the quickest, there's no doubt about it, you know, it's the quickest. He's got quite slow corners, you know, he's got these tight right-handers going through these sort of like, you know, near the hospital, and he's got that little tight hairpin, and then it shoots off down the straight. So he's got two major straights, And then he's got these sort of second gear corners where this car, you know, obviously the acceleration is key and it shoots out. This car's not good for speed carry. This car can nowhere near touch a Turismo through high speed corners. An FMJ would absolutely kill him, which is why the FMJ, you know, is still king in the in airport races, because the grip this car, the FMJ has, is so superior to this car. If you try and full throttle an airport track in this car, the car simply slides. Nothing you can do about that. And I just don't bond with this car. I just think it's a money marketing scheme for Rockstar to quickly get as much shark cards as they can, and because it looks nothing like any other car, people have jumped on the bandwagon. You know, people have fallen into the trap, literally. And what I'm trying to say here, and what Bruffy hopefully tries to say here, because, you know, at the end of the day, Bruffy's not the type of guy to, you know, just say that is the fastest car and that's it. I'm sure he's going to make a, on his Twitter or something like that, a video about, you know, how to, you know, explaining this car maybe not worth it and things like that. I'm sure he will, you know, I can almost 100% guarantee it, because he likes to do follow-ups, and this car here, I can tell in his mind, is not worth it. It's simply not the car. It probably has one of the worst value for money in terms of performance that it's gained, if that makes sense. So you're gaining 6/10 on Bruffy's track, and you're actually losing a couple of seconds on, you know, Sandy Shore tracks like the Galileo Ring track I tested, and it's the most expensive car. And that, for that reason, and there's a prime example why this car, if you clip a barrier, it goes upside down. So I just thought I'd make this video. I just thought I'd make it clear. If I was you guys, I'd save your money. If you've got the money, okay, buy the car, use it. It's quite a nice car to drive if you just want to mess around. Even in free roam, you can't really squeeze through traffic in this car because it is the size of Russia. I'm going to say this time, it is literally the size of Russia. So good luck for squeezing through traffic. You know, good luck racing in small environments, you know, like dockyard tracks. Just don't even bother with this car. And, you know, if you come up against a T20, you know, you're going to have a hard work to keep up with it. I just, for the money, I don't see this car. So I'm advising you guys to save your money. Not to go for it, not to commit all your money, your hard-earned money that you've maybe bought or earned in the game. You know, wait for the Fiesta 811. You know, on paper it's not got as good stats, but then the T20 on paper hasn't got a good stats, and it beats this car on most tracks, and it feels better than, you know, this car on pretty much every track, and it actually feels like a car. Like I said in my last video, this feels like a machine. It's just an awkward car. It just feels so misplaced in this game. It's like, I don't know, it's like a mod. It's like literally like someone's just modded this car in this game and then just released it to the public. That's all it is, and it just has no physics whatsoever. But that's enough for rambling. Yeah, that is enough, because I don't like mainly doing rambling videos, but I just thought I had to make this point because everyone is just jumping on this bandwagon. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you can see a bit of light through the tunnel, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.
I'm not gonna waste my time.